Hello everybody, this is Gandalf the White from Keep It Simple, and today we are going to work for a question from Edexcel Specimen Paper 1. Question 18, the diagram shows a solid hemisphere. The volume of the hemisphere is 250 pi over 3. Work out the exact total surface area of the solid hemisphere. Give your answer as a multiple of pi. Over here we have the formula for the volume of a sphere equals 4 over 3 pi r cubed, and we also have the surface area of a sphere equals 4 pi r squared. Let's start by underlining the keywords in the question. So a hemisphere is half of a sphere, so it's a sphere that's being cut into two. The volume of the hemisphere, okay, so this is important, the volume of the hemisphere is 250 over 3 pi. Work out the exact surface area of the hemisphere. Give your answer as a multiple of pi. So our answer has to contain a pi. Okay, so your action words or your action phrase, exact total surface area, that's what we need to work out. Now we know that the surface area of sphere is 4 pi r squared, so if we can divide this formula by 2, so we have surface area is going to be 4 pi r squared, and because it's half of a sphere, we divide it by 2. That will give us this surface area here, plus the area of this red part, which is the shape of a circle. So it's going to be plus pi r squared. Doesn't seem too challenging. I reckon we can do this. Okay, what's r? Oh, okay, I see the difficulty. We don't know what r is. We know what 4 is a number. Pi is also a number, and our answer contains a pi, so we can just leave the pi as it is. But we don't have the radius, so we need to use this. Volume of the hemisphere is 250 over 3. The volume of an entire sphere is 4 over 3 pi r cubed. So let's do some working out over here. So we have 250. I'm going to do some substitution. Pi. So I'm going to replace the volume with this volume of the hemisphere. Now remember, this is half of a sphere, so that means that 4 over 3 pi r cubed times a half, or you can divide it by 2. These two sides will be equal. Remember to divide it by 2 or times it by half here, because we're working with half of a sphere. Now I need to solve this equation for r, and then I can use this r value in this equation here. I can multiply both sides by 3. If I multiply both sides by 3, this 3 and this 3 will cancel out, so I'm going to be left with 250 pi equals 4 pi r cubed times half. I can divide both sides by pi. This pi and this pi will cancel out. I can now do 4 times half. 4 times half is 2, so I'll get 250 is equal to 2r cubed. Divide both sides by 2. 125 equals r cubed, and then I'm going to find the cube root of both sides to get rid of the r cubed, and that will give me an answer of 5. The cube root of 125 is 5, so r equals 5. I can now substitute this value of r into this equation here. So the surface area is going to be equal to 4 pi times 5 squared, and the whole thing is divided by 2, plus pi times 5 squared. Let's do big mass indices first. So 5 squared is 25. 25 times 4 is 100. So we're going to get 100 pi divided by 2 plus 25 pi, because 5 squared is 25. 100 divided by 2 is equal to 50 pi plus 25 pi. Therefore the surface area must be equal to 75 pi. Our answer had to contain a pi, multiple pi, so 75 lots of pi. An interesting question. This part here really helped, knowing what I needed to do, and then I realized, oh, I didn't have the radius. So that's why they gave this information here, the volume of the hemisphere. So I needed to work out the radius first, sub it in, and then it wasn't too challenging after that. I hope this video was useful and you learned something. Please hit like and subscribe. This is Gandalf the White from Keep It Simple, signing out.